Congratulations on securing your UFC contract. I guess you're still maybe processing it a little bit. What's the emotion like for you right now?
The emotion is slowly wearing off. The high is still there, but I think it'll wear off in a few hours, and then I'll have to go get another one at UFC Perth.
How crazy is that, right? I mean, you made the call, and then for Dana to even say like, "Hey, not only is it good, but like we're making an exception. Our matchmakers are probably going to hate me, but we're going to do this because we want you on this card so bad."
Yeah, I really wanted to make my UFC debut on home soil in Australia. I've got friends in Sydney, family all over Australia, and I know that they're gonna turn up for this one.
I love it. Obviously, an impressive performance tonight. Overall, I can't imagine you take too much exception to it, but how do you feel about the performance in there tonight?
Yeah, I watched the replay. Things got a little bit wild at the end, but it's, all I could hear was Eugene saying, finish him. So I just saw red and went for the finish.
How much did it change your opponent, that sort of thing? Does it switch up your approach? Does it switch up your thoughts? I mean, how much of an adjustment was it for you?
It was a little bit of an adjustment, like different builds, different styles as well. But I mean, I've been doing this. I've been training for 12, 13 years. Been doing jiu-jitsu a very long time, grappling a very long time, and if it's a style change, it doesn't really matter because I feel like I can hang anywhere.
Was it tough to stay, I don't know, focused, driven, exciting? I mean, you get right to the cusp, it doesn't happen. Is it hard to start again from there and be like, all right, let's get back to it?
Yeah, it's just a mindset thing, really. Like, you can go one of two ways. You can just throw all the toys out of the pram, or you can just jump back in and keep going. And I've seen the guys who have been on Contenders before and took a little bit of inspiration from them, like the guys that lose and then they go on a tear and the UFC signs them, or they come back to Contender Series and they win their fight and they get signed. So it was like I just had to look at the history and the statistics and just play off that.
That's awesome. And did you feel like you had to make any wholesale adjustments, or is it like just keep on the path?
Just stay on the path. I mean, my coaches are very smart men, so I just listen to them, and they tell me what to do, and I just do it 110%.
Nice. Well, last thing for me, it seems like you manifested this opportunity in Perth. How do you see that one playing out?
Oh, in my perfect world, I have a 3-round war, blood everywhere, cuts, and I'm standing there with the referee. And he calls it, and it's a split decision. I get my hand raised. It's the best feeling ever. Just the anticipation of winning is just like, that's what I live for.
Congratulations. Seems like you have a similar mentality to Dan Hooker in these war-type fights. Obviously, he spoke highly about you going into this fight. He said you're the most well-rounded fighter out of City Kickboxing. So what was it like to hear that from your teammate and someone who's been there at the high stage?
That means a lot coming from a teammate. We spend a lot of time on the mats together, not just me and Dan, but like all the other boys who are in the UFC and all the boys who are coming up who are going to be in the UFC. And we don't exactly, we don't pat each other on the back every day, and we don't give each other the best compliments. We call each other assholes and dicks and cunts and stuff, but that's about as far as a compliment goes in the gyms. But to hear it from him, it means a lot when someone says a compliment to you.
What do you make of the league of fights he's got going on out there?
The 1-minute scraps? Yeah. There's some bad women in there. You don't want to mess with them. That's a dangerous room when you walk into there.
For sure. Obviously, last time we saw in Contender was against Torres Finney. He's obviously now in the UFC. So looking back at that, obviously you're now in the UFC. Is that one you'd like to get back in the future? Yeah,
I think that would be a good fight to have. All the losses I've had, I would love to have a rematch against everyone that I've lost to. Unfortunately, it's I can only call for certain fights, and then it's up to the matchmakers. But Torres did actually send me a message earlier this morning, wishing me good luck. He's a top dude, and I appreciate him sending well wishes and wishing me all the best for the fight.
Oh, that's dope to hear, man. Obviously, we've been seeing the talent explode out of the Australia-New Zealand region these past couple of years. So what about you is going to stand out amongst all these talented fighters that are coming out? Obviously, you just mentioned that warlike mentality. I know a lot of fans at home like that, but what else will stand out about you compared to these other fighters coming out of the region?
It's just work ethic and grit and grind. Like this is this is a sport where like talent can only get you so far. Like there's so many talented fighters that are in New Zealand and in Australia, and you see them fight, they fucking kill it for like the first 6, 7 fights of their career, and then they get a little bit of a test, and maybe they've taken their foot off the pedal, or maybe they've just, those guys that they fought just weren't the caliber, and then they get tested and they kind of fold. And I just think if you're going to stand out in the region, you got to have some grit. Like you got to be fucking tough.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Cam right here. So you talked about before how training pulled you away from a life of partying and drinking at 18 years old. When did things kind of switch in your mind and it was like, you know, maybe I can be a UFC fighter. Maybe I can do this, you know?
Yeah. When I was about, I think it was like 20, 21 years old, I started training with a guy who was in the UFC, Richie Walsh, and his mate Brendan O'Reilly. They were on the Tough Smashers. It was Canada versus Australia. I think they were coached by Carl Noak. And I was going in and training with them in the gym. Like they weren't in my gym, but I was going over to their gym like 2 or 3 times a week and training with them. And you just hang around it more and more. And like you know, a rising tide floats all boats. And I was just getting better and better. And they were taking me down all the time. And then eventually they stopped taking me down so much. I started hitting them a little bit more. They were hitting me a little bit less. And I go, fuck, maybe I can do this. And then, you know, they were saying stuff to me like, yeah, you should give it a shot. And I was like, fuck, why not?
So this was only your second KO win since 2018. Did you want to use your striking more in this fight and kind of make a statement? Because your striking did look very clean tonight.
Yeah, definitely wanted to use my striking a lot more. I did shoot that takedown, but that takedown didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. Like I thought it was going to end up in a completely different situation. But when you come on Contender Series, it was I took note from what Dana said last week, and you come on here to fight, and you got to come on here to finish, and that's how you're going to get his attention. That's how you're going to get a contract, is you're going to knock the fuck out of people.
So like you said before, the matchmakers will only listen to whatever they want to and do whatever they want to. But, I mean, hey, you wanted to be on UFC Perth, you're on UFC Perth. Is there a specific name you want for Perth, or are you just taking whoever they throw at you?
Man, just put a bunch of names in a hat, give it a little squiggle, pull a name out, and we'll just go with that.
Would you want to fight another Australian or no?
Nah, the Australians got to defend the home soil against the invaders.
Thank you.